Hello and welcome to my playthrough of the Empyrion Galactic Survival version 1. My name is Snurk and I want to show you this game that I am come to really love. I have played it a lot of times and I really want to show you what I'm doing with this game, because this is it's really given me a lot of game hours. I have started a new single player game in survival mode, so I'll just show you what I will do here in the option screen. First of all, I will rename this survival. The seed is it's you can set it random, or you can just type in this seed and then you'll get the same world that I have if you want to play along. You can place a random text and then check on set and you'll get the same world that I get. I really don't know how many seeds there are, but each seed is unique and the same. So when you get this seed, you always get these planets. For instance, the Magician for the temperate planet, the for the arid planet, the Aurar for the swamp, and Diosur for the snow planet. All different kinds of starting equipment and starting conditions. Now, in the difficulty settings, I will leave all of these as they are. I mean, but the enemy difficulty I will set to easy, and that's because I'm not that good a fighter. Let's be honest, I'm bad. That's not why I play these survival games. So I make it easier for me to kill my enemies and harder for my enemies to kill me. The rationale is that it's not so fun to see me die all the time, and content-wise, it's better this way. You can, of course, set them to whatever you like. The constructor and blueprint I will set to whatever they are, and I will not set this check mass volume to true. That will put a restriction on how much I can carry and how much volume and mass I could put into my different items and cargo storage boxes and devices and stuff. I'm not doing that because I believe that makes for bad video content. When I do it single player for myself, I will do it. I will put it on because that's more realistic and makes it harder for me. But it really ups the grinding, and it really ups the time spent on screen moving around different boxes and stuff like that. I don't think that's good video content. Anyways, I don't like to watch it when I watch other people in different games do that. So I set this to false. What I will do is that I will put the CPU points to true. That means that there's a limit to how many devices I can put on a grid before I have to upgrade the processor. So that makes it a little bit harder for me to spawn in some blueprints, and I just can't put things on my crafts or my vehicles without checking that it's actually not accessing the CPU points. If they do, I will get a warning that my system can handle it and it will perform in a less way. I will tell that later. Okay. We will start on Aurora, because I've actually never started on a swamp planet before. Planet difficulty easy. I'm not really sure what that is, because you can see when I am in Diosur, it says the difficulty is hard, but it still say planet difficulty easy. So maybe inside of Empyrion, who makes this game, they have a classification of planet difficulties, but it's not the scenario difficulties. That's a different thing. I don't know, really, actually. We have all the here. We have a rather below Earth gravity, no radiation, a pretty heavy density. Nah, actually, no, that's pretty normal. The O2 concentration means that the air is breathable. We have copper, silicon, promethium, iron, gold, and erestrum in this scenario, which is pretty good. Over here, you can see that there's an explanation. It says that the equipment is basic, and the tutorial says yes. I can't change that right now, and that means that as soon as we land on the planet, a tutorial window will drop up, but I will dismiss it. I will urge you, if this is the first time you play the game, to take that tutorial. It's a pretty good one. It tells you most of what you need, and I will tell you the rest. This is a swamp planet, which is a fertile breeding ground for dangerous creatures, intended for experienced players. So don't drop into this if you are a new player. And don't go into the swamp at night. Right. Starting equipment is medium. You can see over here in the difficulty settings that the start equipment is medium. You can change that if you want to make it harder or not. And that means that I have only a pistol and very scarce ammo. Okay. So I will now start. Right, I move my mouse and I can look around the planet, or not the, yeah, well, the planet that I'm landing on, and I can see that there are some wreckages down there, and I want to land somewhere in the middle. When I use my mouse, I can kind of steer it. Okay, a pull teleport station, that's a Polaris trading station, and Polaris is one of the fractions in the game. And I'm just looking around. I can actually, by pressing Alt, oh, I can now, okay. Good. 3, 2, 1, and land. Ow. Now, I'm landed, I'm looking at my spaceport, and the IDA, the Integrated Data System, starts up the tutorial. Again, if you haven't tried the game before, please do that, but I will abort. What I will do is that I will point at it, and you can see there's a yellow square. And if I point next to it, you can see it's not there. When there is a yellow square, it means that there is something to look at or in. So I press F, and I can see that in my escape pod, I have these items. And I can either shift click on each item, or I can press this to move everyone at the same time. Press the crosshairs to get over. Now, to see what's in my inventory, I press Tab. Now, as most survival games I know, this is a inventory management game. So you need to find the easiest way, or the way that you feel most comfortable with, of having your items in an inventory accessible in your hotbar for when you're playing. So I find out that this works for me, but there's nothing right or wrong here. Any way you want to position this is totally up to you. There is no right and no wrong in this. What this is, we'll get to when we are using them. Now, press the X to come out. Now, this over here, the Polaris teleport station, is it's actually part of a storyline. You can see there's this yellow arrow here. The clicking noise you hear, that's for the radiation, so I have to be a little bit careful about that. But that's because it's a part of I get kind of distracted by that. That is part of a storyline, a narrative. It's one of the missions you can follow. So anyone with these, or any structures with these, are part of the storyline. We will not be following the storyline in this tutorial, so we won't be using it. I could enter and look what's in these cargo containers, and this cargo crate containers here, but if I do that, I will be instantly set to unfriendly with the Polaris faction. You do not want to be unfriendly or less than friendly, or less than neutral, sorry, with the Polaris. The Polaris is a faction that have trade stations all over the galaxy, and is very useful for you whilst you try to eventually maybe buy stuff that you can't find elsewhere or haven't found yet. So don't mess with the Polaris. This is a teleport station that you can't use yet either. So we won't mess with them. We will go away. Now, when I'm inside 100 meters and look at stuff, I recognize it. And when I recognize it, I get experience points. Now, the experience points is used in the tech tree. If I press F3, you can see that there are levels, and for each level there are different things that I can unlock for different kinds of vehicles, the capital or the bases or hover vessels, miscellaneous tools and weapons. So you want your experience points. You need your experience points to start up in to rise in the levels. So we want to go over there, and before we do that, I will take my detector, which is on number 2 in my hotbar, and I will place it down. You can't see it, not even in third person, but it's there. And then I press my left mouse button, and it will detect stuff. Now you can see I have already, by doing this, entered level 2. And I've gotten 10 unlock points. Those I will very quickly spend on the portable constructor, which needs 3 iron ore to craft, as you can see down in the bottom pointing. And on my weapons, I need level 3 to do that. Okay. To gather experience points, one of the easiest way to do that is collecting stuff. We are here in the crash site, which is considered a safe area. Which means that you won't be attacked by creatures and monsters in here. You can still die, but it's pretty safe for the environments to be. To mine a boulder on the ground, you choose your survival tool, right click on it, and then you get 3 different modes. You get salvage mode, which we will use to take apart the wreck over there. You got a resource drill, which is the one we're going to use to mine this boulder, and we got a defense mode. The defense mode is pretty laughable as a defense mechanism. It's the last resort, and usually when I need it, I won't be wearing it because I will change out my tools. It's really not to any use. It could be used to different things, which I will show you in a while, right after I mine this thing. Now, I point at it and I press my left mouse button. Now, when this disappears, look on the left side of my hotbar, and you will see that when this disappears, not only does it give me 2 boulders, but it also gives me 50 experience points. When I pick those boulders up, I got crushed stone. In here, I got a tree. I can pick up the berries in here, which give me 100 experience points, and then I can take over to the defense mode that I so ridiculed, and then I can do this. Point it at the tree, and I'll get 1 woodlock and 50 experience points to do that. Now, every time you pick something, you get anywhere between 50 and 100 experience points. And of course you get the material that you collect. Now I just want to get over here because this one is plant proteins. Now every time I pick up a edible stuff, or it's called a perishable item, it will perish after a time. When I press on my tab, I can see my inventory and I can see what I've been collecting so far. Over here, I can see on the stats, I can see how far I am getting up to level 3. Stats on my armor and my health and stuff, and then I have my survival constructor. Now this survival constructor can only use items from over here, and I mostly use it to build my portable constructor, which I need the iron ore for, and I make this into energy bars or bandages, which give me some health. So I'll do that. I can also make emergency O2s for the planets where I need oxygen, and I need this one here too to make oxygen. Right. Now these wreckages all have loot in them. Most of them. I think there's 1 or 2 types that have it. This one has, and you can see the yellow thing, and you can hear the doot sound when I hit something that's worth looking in. So I press F and I get spoiled food. Oh, thank you. I get over here and there is another one. And I know this because each wreck, as they look, usually has the same configuration of boxes and stuff. What's in them varies. They are procedurally generated, but this wreck, this type of wreck, always has 2 boxes, 2 cargo boxes, ooh, food, and a energy storage thing, which I can't, or can I? Oh, I can access it there. Ooh, pentexide, raw material. Now, to salvage stuff like this, you can turn your survival tool into a salvage material and salvage whatever you need from here. Oh, I forgot when I did that. It actually falls apart. And yeah, that one disappeared before I could get to it. When they collapse, they fall off in chunks, and you can see that I can actually pick them up in chunks for the raw materials that they consist. Now the physics of oh, the last wreck is over there, right? Okay. The physics of Empyrion is a little bit weird because you see this is floating, and that's because this is connected to something, either the voxels or something underground. And you can go away and just undermine it until it falls off. You can also, and this is a trick of the trade, and not cheating, because it's part of the game, you press N, you go over to the debug menu, and you show structural integrity. Press N again, and then you can see that all the lights, the light areas, are bearing elements. So when I take these away, you can see that that one turns black. So that's not something that's connected So I just go around and remove these bearing objects. Now this is a planet-wide chain, so you can see the other wreckages that I can see here actually turns out that way. So I have to turn it off again, because that could be, it's pretty annoying to say. I only use this for undermining, for not wasting too much time. The Survival 2 doesn't use energy. It doesn't use charges, and it doesn't actually take much, but it's slow. So I will only do this for this one, because I have a plan now. And the good thing is that you can actually see the undermine stuff turning red when you use this mode, which make it easier to identify chunks to take. Now, my plans are that I will use a cement base. I have never used a cement base before, and since I probably will be collecting a lot of stone, I will be using that to make cement. Now you can see this one is up here, floating all by itself. Jump. Right. Now I have in my inventory, I have 1,609 steel plates. I could use that to build a base, but instead I will still stick to my original plan of using cement. That's what it is. I usually do that in the crash area, that I'll take the wreckages in a counterclockwise motion, and I can either use the small map on my top right, or I can just use my detector and kind of get over there. Again, I will try to... I'll reach level 3. Cool. I'll pick up stuff and get experience points as I go along. What happened? Am I lagging? I'm kind of lagging. Not good. This bunny hopping, getting around, is the quickest way to get around. You can get around quicker by holding down your shift key, and then you run, but it will really hurt your stamina. You can see the stamina bar is going down. This is a silicon bearing, so this will give me silicon ore. I'm looking for rocks with a blue tint, and I will jump around like this to save my stamina, because I would want my stamina if I get attacked. I know I'm not getting attacked in here, but if I get attacked, there will be a while before I can run, because my stamina would be down. So now this rock will also give me rocks, not always depending to size. It will give me a little bit more, but not much. Whoopsie. Let's just keep it down here, so maybe I can show you what happens when I run out of stamina. Now you want to keep an eye on the clock, because when it gets night, it usually gets colder. Might not on this planet, but it usually gets colder, and that usually means that you will freeze, maybe die. So this have a lots of, still give me the same kind of experience points, but a little bit more of on the content. Yeah, this is the same. This is the same rec, so it's the same configuration. I have a antibiotic injection. Cool. Two. Okay. Two boxes, food and fibers. What? Oh, man. Really? I crashed. All right, I'll be right back. That is annoying, but obviously this Empyrion, you see, I'm over here now, and I haven't collected that one. If you want to keep a backup copy, you have to press escape and then press the backup over here. You have to do it manually. And I usually do that. What? And it sometimes messes up. The rock went away and that went away. All right. It usually does that you lose some stuff, and yes, you can see messes up something, but not much. I usually do this every time I try something that I'm pretty unsure about how I'll survive or not, so I can always hop back. Now that creature there, I can't remember what it's called. Can I see it here? No. By doing this, actually, I choose my weapon and I press the right button. This won't hurt me, and it won't hurt me unless I do something to it. It's prey, and it will give me 1 meat if I shoot it. But as long as you don't mess with it, it won't mess you, even though it looks like it will. Now, it actually looks like it's procedurally generated, keeps what's in the boxes, which is okay. And that one, oh, this one gives me large fuel pack. Cool. Now, I will not take that apart. I will then put on that the wreck is over there. Right. I'll promise you that I would shift run so that you can see what happens. Now, see, I have reached level 3, and which means that in my tech tree, I can go to my weapons and I can unlock my shotgun. That's the one I need, and I can unlock my multi-tool. I can't make multi-tools in my portable constructor. I can make shotguns, but I do not have the 3 iron ore I need to make a portable constructor. So I'll just run around, and in here, that's the one there. Oh, antibiotic ointment and antibiotic injection. Cool. And 2 there. Wreckage. Oh, shift. Plant protein. In my portable constructor, I will now make a bandage, and I can make more bandages. I can make 10, 17. I'll just make so many you can with the objects you have. I think it's only one. Now the hit point of 224 will give me a higher yield of rocks, but not more experience points. Now these are plant protein 2, and these are grain. Each one will give me experience points. I'll just run around here collecting all this stuff up. And collecting up. Right. This is actually one of the wreckages that do not have a container. Now I know this because I have been playing this game for a long time. But as you can see, these are going down in the ground. So sometimes, if you take a resource drill and you point on the ground, you can see there is stuff underneath you. Sometimes that stuff contains a loot container. It doesn't here. So instead I will salvage the window, which will give me steel plates and should give me a glass plate too. It doesn't. I feel cheated. I need some silicon. Usually that would give me a glass plate or some other kind of silicon. Now, before nightfall, I'll just show you that if you choose your survival mode, your defense mode, sorry, in your survival too, taking down this, takes forever. It gives me 50 XP points and 1 wood log. This big, huge tree over here gives me 4 wood logs and 50 XP points. Now sometimes that doesn't happen. I can take down this one. Sometimes, even though this is smaller, it gives me a higher yield of wood logs. Sometimes, even though it's the same size, it will give me a less. There is no way of telling, as far as I know, what you're gonna get from it. This gives me 4 wood logs again, so that's cool. This is a swamp planet, so you obviously have a lot of plant fiber plants, which you will need for making biofuel and stuff like that. And later on ammunition. So if you don't have fiber plants, you can cut down trees with the defense mode on your weapon. Now the next one is over there. Oh, no. I can keep track of where I am by the little map I have on top. That will help me if I for some reason do not have my detector tool. This one has it has some antennas. That gives me some good electronic stuff which I can use. And computers and optical fibers and stuff. 20 seconds. Right, I'll just take this one. Computers. Cool. And then I will take my survival tent here. I'll eat a little bit. I'll take that one and that one by left clicking on it, and by eating it I right shift click on it, and you can see that my food level goes up. Now these band-aids takes plant fibers and plant protein, and they will heal and give you a general lift in health, as you can see. And no, you can't. Why can't you see it? It will give you a general lift in health. About stats up 8, about 85 health, and it'll repair an open wound, broken leg, closed fracture, and open fracture. Now I have my tent here. I'll put it down here, and just for the light I put down my heater cooler thing, and you can see that now there is 11 minutes and 42 seconds, which is not real minutes and seconds, by the way, to sun up. I can accelerate that by pressing F. And now it's day. So I take that up by clicking Shift F and put down my over there. Right. I pick up along the way, not because I necessarily need them, because experience points is nice to have. I think I'm level 4 already, which is a good thing. Silicon. You can always need silicon. So now I can make my own windows. Meh. What? I'm too quick. I'll just take this over here. That's the silicon. Iron. There is my iron bearing rock. So I'll just take that. I hope I'll get 3 iron ores from that. 1 there and 3 there. Right. First thing I'll do is I will go in and I will make my construction. I will have my construction make myself some more. The portable constructor. Now, this is actually another one of those with no. Now I've got my glass plate with no loot boxes in it. So I think that was about. Of course, it started reading. That was about the stuff that, or the wreckages that was around on my crash site. What? Oh, that's because I'm in salvage mode. The color gives it away. Now the wreckage here is the one that I took away, so that was the first one. So now I have been around. The wreckages that's close to my man, again. Well, I will think I will leave you here because I think I need to restart my machine. Obviously something is not working right, so I have to start over. But I will leave you here, and if you like this episode with all the crashes and stuff, please leave a like on my video. If you want to subscribe for more content, please press the subscribe button. If you have comments, please enter those in the designated areas below this video. Now I will say thank you for watching, and enjoy your gaming.